I bet most of you have never seen or heard these brands, but today let's have a fun time exploring 3 new IEMs in the studio. And yes, that's a true Buzz earbuds, but I'm putting it here because it focuses on sound quality above all else. We'll go in depth soon, so let's get into it. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here and welcome to my second episode of Luxury Audio. In case you missed the first one, the I/O audio was really good as well. And to be honest, there are many more IEMs, multiple times the price of these, yet I still call these luxury because let's be honest, above $100 you're probably spending because you want it, not need it necessarily. Still, these gives you a great sound upgrade over anything you've heard before. But let's go through the IEMs we got today. First is the flagship $430 EarAcoustic Audio Silver Angel SPA Limited Edition. But also we got 2 latest products from Noble Audio here, and these are their relatively affordable releases, and by that I'm still talking 3 digits. The Noble Night IEM is $290 and the True Wireless Earbuds FoKus Amadeus is $320. Feel free to check the link in the description or it's in my ratings list, and as usual, you're getting my own honest opinion here. And let's get started with the first 2 wired IEMs that I'm going to call SPA Limited and Noble Night. So starting from the SPA Limited. Now this is their flagship model, like I said, in the SPA lineup, where under it you get high-end Ultra, high-end Max, and high-end only at the bottom. The prices range from $150 all the way up to $430, although specs and tuning wise they're using the same one dynamic driver setup, an 11.4 titanium gold dome with silicone crystal composite diaphragm. Only the lowest high-end doesn't have crystal on its diaphragm, so it might sound a bit more different, but according to the company, the Max and Ultra has richer sound, while the Limited Edition gives you the most detail instead. What I can tell you is there's a clear difference in the material used for the shell. Starting from the high-end only, it uses 3D printing resin with a silver spray. Then the Max comes from aluminum, Ultra from zinc alloy, and it's not really specified for the Limited Edition here, but I think it's made from ultra strong alloy, they said, with diamond cut surface, which is the strongest and the most durable in the series. And to be honest with you, I dropped and bumped this IEMs a few times already, but no dents and dings I can see so far, which is great. Just don't do it to yours though. Anyway, back to the SPA Limited. It's super shiny, super silver, and I don't know if you're gonna love the special Year of the Snake design on the faceplate here, but man, the whole thing just screams luxury. The shell is surprisingly comfortable to wear, and you don't feel any sharp edges here in the cuts. It doesn't sting you also when connected to the computer, which could be a problem with cheaper metal IEMs, and everything is crafted with attention to detail as expected for the price. Now, the silver-plated cable, however, reminds me of Moondrop Kato and Cadence. The true braid is really big and heavy, though inside we got more than 400 smaller strands, so it looks much more finer and more sophisticated. Then we got polished metal on the connector, the Y-split and neck cinch there. Definitely a nice cable with minimal sound transfer from rubbing with your clothes and skin. My only nitpick would be the 3.5mm connector here, which I kinda expect to be interchangeable these days, especially so at this price, because you basically get the same cable throughout the high-end lineup, including the $150 one. Now, this heavy cable was quite a problem with Moondrop Kato, but here it's not a problem at all because the IEMs just fit amazingly. It really fits like a glove thanks to the sculpted IEM cut and rather shallow nozzle here. You also have 3 pairs of narrow and wide bore ear tips in the box, which is fine for $150, but above $400 asking price, you'd expect many more options, so you don't have to buy a third-party one in case these don't fit you. Maybe they just spend it all on the IEM. Alright, now let's move on quickly to Noble Night, then we talk about the sound altogether. So at almost $150 less than the SPA Limited, the Noble Night gives you a pouch for storage instead of this super nice silver case. Although fortunately, that's pretty much where it ends, because the cable is my favorite 8-braid type, which really resists tangles without being too stiff or heavy. It's got a 4.4mm connector with a cool carbon fiber look to the cover here, also to the Y-split. And perhaps the only thing I could nitpick is the heat shrink that looks very white and feels disconnected disconnected from the overall look. But talking about the IEMs now, these are probably the longest nozzle I've ever seen in my life. So for me personally, I needed to take as shallow ear tips as possible to make it acceptable to wear. Unfortunately, you get this super cool shield-shaped 3D printed case that contains a plethora of ear tips for you to try, from single to double flange, silicone and memory foam tips. And I can work with a double flange here, although I needed to take rest from time to time because for prolonged listening sessions, they do get very stuffy because they fit so deep. Anyway, the aluminum shell and metal mesh is very well built. The faceplate is probably the more attractive piece in the design. Also, the color is amazing too, but what matters is on the inside, right? And I'm happy to see a combination of one dynamic driver, one balanced armature from Sonian, and one piezoelectric tweeter with a tuning that looks like this. Actually, despite the luxury moniker I gave it, it turns out to be quite an amazing IEM for the price, because one popular competitor, the Moondrop Dusk, had a price hike to $400, making it the same as IO Audio Sonio here, which is a lot of money. Then I encountered digital noise problem with the Moondrop free DSP cable connected to my Shanling M1 Plus DAP here, which basically forces me to use the analog version, which in my opinion doesn't sound the best, especially at this price. You expect things to just work, so the Dusk is much harder to recommend now. Which brings us back to the Noble Night. It's a totally different sound than the Dusk or the Harman-tuned IO Audio Sonio here. As you can see in the graph, it actually adheres more, at least in the mid-range, to the new JM1 Target. And you really have the vocals as the center of the show every time. Granted, it doesn't sound as exciting in higher pitched female vocals like Yoshika, which the Dusk and Sonio does very well, but with more breathy female sound like in Words by Aimer, the vocals just really shines here. The bass is only slightly raised over the Target, though it does have more mid-bass than Harman, and this adds to the fuller and natural vocals it represents. And while much less sub-bass makes it again less exciting at first glance, it's still enough to keep the beat going, and once you get used to it, you start to appreciate so much more instruments going on in the mix. Now, touching the higher frequencies, this has generally less bright upper mid to treble, except for the presence region around 5 kHz, which balances out the tuning in my opinion. Still, what you're getting is a warm and more relaxed sound that can keep you going for hours on end. The guitar, the strings and cymbals doesn't feel sibilant and too forward in the mix, yet still has the detail when you try to look for it. So aside from the more natural sound that sounds best for male and lower female vocals, this also separates instruments clearly, similar to the Dusk and Sonio at lower price point. Like on the live version of Butterfly by Jason Mraz, the sound of percussion on the very left end with tambourine on the very right end is super nice to listen to, but in the middle where the vocal bass and back vocal resides, it isn't as clearly separated, though you get a stronger sense of power from the bass and vocals. Alright, let's move on to SPA Limited now, and coming back to our first graph, you can see this also sounds very different from Harman, but it's made to appeal more to the general audience with its more V-shaped sound, as you can see from the mid-range there, and furthermore, it uses single dynamic driver, which is much easier to drive, and that means you're more likely to get more volume with any source, including an Apple dongle. Alright, still on Butterfly by Jason Mraz, you instantly notice the SPA Limited brings fuller vocal character because it's got more mid-bass boost. It's actually similar to the Noble Night, but it's got brighter treble, giving the vocals and strings more clarity, somewhere in between the Night and the Dusk here. To give you more examples, let's tune into Smoking Out of the Window by Bruno Mars. It's been a while since I featured this in any of my reviews, but right off the bat, you'll notice the bass guitar sounds very accentuated here. Not a bad thing, because it's really fun to hear it rumble. It's quite a main piece of the whole music, which I think is the point of their tuning, to give you strong and fast bass response. Sound staging is similarly good. It projects the vocal more to the front, separated from the back vocals, which is quite unique. Although in terms of detail, since it only uses single DD, it still doesn't resolve as much as Dusk, despite similar pricing. But then at this point, it really comes down to preference, and both are equally charming. For sure, some money are going to the design of the SPA Limited itself, and I have to stress the importance of actually trying these IEMs out on your local stores and see if you like the sound with your own set of musical genres, especially if you're spending this much money. Now let's move on to the last one, the Noble FoKus Amadeus, which is their more affordable True Wireless earbuds at $320 instead of the flagship FoKus Rex 5, which retails at $450. And I get it, there are a lot of money, but if my experience with Amadeus is worth anything to go by, the Rex 5 is for sure gonna sound amazing because this is already one of the best sounding wireless earbuds I've ever heard. First of all, the sound graphs just like this, which is quite similar to what you got from the SPA Limited. It has a little more bass boost and slightly less upper mids, and since this is a true wireless earbuds, we can tweak the sound further with the Noble FoKus app. And honestly, it's not the 10-band EQ that got me hooked, but the much simpler EQ curve really changed the game for me. It's very easy to get the sound that you like. We have 3 points to drag around the curve, and for me, I ended up lowering the bass slightly, upping the mids around 1 to 2 kilohertz, and lowering the treble again at around 8K. Then under the graph, you get a little slider to make it heavier or lighter. Basically, it tilts the graph with the middle point as the center, and the buds are very responsive to the tuning. On top of that, there's a personal EQ that tests your hearing capability and stack the adjustment on top of everything, which means you can create a rough EQ on the 10 band here, then fine-tune it further with a custom EQ, and finally personalize it to your own personal hearing if needed. Pretty sick capabilities if you ask me. For me personally though, the EQ curve is enough to make it sound great, and trust me, it comes after tinkering a ton with the 10-band EQ, and it just doesn't sound like your typical wireless earbuds. The amount of detail it resolves, the sound dynamic it can reproduce is just next level. Currently, I'm embracing the thundering bass it can pump out, but if I want to lower the bass, it's just one slide away. Then let's talk about the class-leading detail resolution, like in Be a Flower by Ryoko Shokushakai. Towards the end of the song, it gets super busy and complicated, but the Amadeus manages to capture that beat drop with thunderous bass and accurate timbre. Especially the snare hits and the hi-hats, they sound natural and has much more space at the back compared to one of my favorite, the Earphone Air Pro 4 here. That still sounds great for the price, don't get me wrong, but you do get a noticeable jump in the audio quality thanks to the custom triple layer dynamic driver on the Noble. Other than that, it's a true wireless earbuds, right? So you get the usual ANC and transparency mode, and the blocking noise part is actually pretty good thanks to the double flange ear tips included in the box, though transparency needs more work because it has a higher pitch hissing, which makes me want to avoid it entirely, although you cannot disable it in the app, so it always cycles between the 3 modes. Connectivity wise, it supports multi-point through the pairing button inside the case here, which is quite tricky to press, but connection strength has been on par with some of the best earbuds, like about 2 concrete walls away, then the music starts to stutter. Also, battery life should be no problem with wireless charging capable case and 8 to 12 hours on the earbuds depending on the codec and ANC you use. Speaking of which, it supports LDAC and aptX adaptive. Still no aptX lossless unfortunately, though this would be the perfect case for showcasing their high-res capabilities. Having said that, staying true to my high-res codec video here, the differences are really minimal to negligible, especially when Android converts everything to 48 kilohertz anyway. And to me personally, what really matters is enjoying the actual music, which I definitely did regardless of the codec. Finally, this is Noble we're talking about, right? And once again, it's one of the deepest fitting earbuds I have ever tried in my life. Maybe the only thing that can match it is the Soundpeats H3, though it's still not as deep as the Noble Knight, so it should fit more people just fine. By the way, the build quality is also very premium with metal case lid and beautiful crown logo cutout on the nozzle here. It's also made so the ear tips would click on securely and easily, which is some of the easiest to manage in a true wireless earbuds ever. So yeah, I've updated everything in the ratings list, so check it out to see the scores, the latency, and affiliate links as well. Thank you so much for your support. I hope this was fun to watch, and I'm Kenneth. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.